Surah Yunus is the 10th chapter of the Quran. It tells the story of Prophet Yunus and his people. The surah reminds us about God's power and mercy. It teaches important lessons for all people. Yunus, also known as Jonah, preached to his people, but they refused to believe. He became frustrated and left them. God tested Yunus with a series of trials. He was swallowed by a whale and learned a valuable lesson about patience. This surah teaches us about God's guidance. Even when we make mistakes, God is merciful. Yunus's story shows that God forgives those who turn back to him. Surah Yunus emphasizes that God controls everything. He created the heavens, the earth, and everything in between. God sends rain, provides food, and guides people. The surah reminds us that God is always with us. He sees everything we do. God knows our thoughts and intentions. We should always remember His presence and seek His guidance. God is not only powerful, but also merciful. He gives us free will but reminds us of the consequences of our choices. This balance between God's power and mercy is central to understanding the message of Islam. Surah Yunus highlights the importance of free will. God gives humans the choice to believe or disbelieve. He sends prophets to guide us to the right path. However, the choice ultimately lies with us. The surah warns about the consequences of disbelief. Those who reject God's message will face consequences, but those who believe and do good deeds will be rewarded. Our actions have repercussions in this life and the hereafter. Surah Yunus emphasizes the importance of making responsible choices. We should strive to live according to God's teachings. Surah Yunus calls us to reflect on the natural world. God's signs are everywhere, from the vastness of the universe to the smallest creatures. These signs point to His existence and power. The changing seasons, the movement of the sun and moon, and the diversity of life are all reminders of God's creation. Observing nature can strengthen our faith and remind us of our Creator. By reflecting on these signs, we develop a deeper appreciation for God's wisdom. We realize that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. This understanding fosters humility and gratitude. Surah Yunus concludes with a message of hope. God promises guidance to those who sincerely seek it. He encourages patience and perseverance in the face of challenges. The surah reminds us that the ultimate return is to God. We should never lose hope in God's mercy. Even when we face difficulties, we should remember that God is with us. Through faith, prayer, and good deeds, we can find our way back to Him. Surah Yunus provides a roadmap for navigating life's journey. By following its teachings, we can live a meaningful life and earn God's pleasure.